Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden wealth buried in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into a story that stretches across centuries, a tale of history, design, minting precision, and the kind of value that could make your jaw drop. We're talking about the 1788 to 2000 Washington quarter with the elusive P mint mark, a coin that some collectors are valuing today at an astonishing $86,354 in the current market. You heard that right. A 25-cent piece could be worth over $86,000. But how is that possible? Let's find out. To understand why this quarter is so valuable, we have to go back to the roots of the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, it featured a left-facing bust of Washington on the obverse and a majestic eagle on the reverse. For decades, this design remained virtually unchanged, becoming one of the most iconic coins in American circulation. Now let's jump forward to 1999 when the United States Mint launched one of its most ambitious coin programs ever, the 50 State Quarters program. Each state would be honored with a unique design on the reverse of the quarter, released in the order that states ratified the Constitution or were admitted into the Union. And that brings us to the critical detail for today, the date 1788. That year marks when multiple states joined the Union, including Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, Virginia, and New York. Quarters bearing 1788 on the reverse were released in the year 1999 and 2000 under this special series. These coins featured artistic and historically significant designs specific to each state, but where does the real value come in? It comes down to a rare combination of details. First, the P mint mark indicates that the quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Second, collectors prize quarters with full original luster, sharply struck details, and no circulation wear. Third, and most importantly, errors or unusual die varieties can exponentially increase the value of these coins. The $86,354 price tag belongs to an extremely rare example of a 1788 reverse design quarter minted in 2000 with the P mint mark, which shows a dramatic double die error on the obverse and reverse. This means that due to a misalignment in the die press, certain design elements appear to have been stamped twice, slightly offset. This type of mint error, when coupled with flawless condition, is like striking gold in the numismatic world. Additionally, collectors discovered that certain quarters from the 1788 to 2000 series had planchet flaws or were struck on experimental metal compositions. These include off-metal strikes, like quarters mistakenly struck on nickel planchets intended for 5-cent coins or on Sacagawea dollar planchets, which are golden in color. Any of these errors, confirmed and authenticated by a third-party grading service, can raise the value of a single quarter well beyond what you'd ever expect from loose change. What makes this coin worth $86,354 in today's market? Let's break it down clearly. First, it's an extremely low population coin, meaning there are very few known examples in top-grade mint condition with the error. Second, it has been certified by a reputable grading agency like PCGS or NGC, which confirms both its authenticity and its flawless preservation. Third, demand from elite collectors pushes its auction price higher, especially for coins that complete rare sets or display spectacular error traits. What does this mean for you? It means you need to check your pocket change, your old coin jars, and your family's forgotten coin collections. If you happen to find a 1999 or 2000 Washington quarter with a state reverse design dated 1788 and a P mint mark, do not spend it. Instead, take a magnifying glass, look closely at the details, and inspect for doubling, planchet irregularities, or discoloration that might indicate a rare metal. Then, send it to a professional coin grading service for evaluation. One final tip: coins stored in original mint rolls or uncirculated sets have a much better chance of being high-grade specimens. If your coin is truly in pristine condition and has an authenticated mint error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So there you have it. The 1788 to 2000 Washington quarter with AP mint mark is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a fascinating artifact of American history, a masterpiece of minting, and in rare cases, a gateway to life-changing money. If you found one or want to learn how to spot these valuable coins, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because we're just getting started. We have more episodes coming about hidden gems in everyday currency that could make you rich. Until next time, keep hunting and keep checking your change. You never know when history and fortune will land in the palm of your hand. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the rare and valuable 1994 D Mint Mark 5-cent coin that has shocked the numismatic world with a staggering value of $87,264. That's right, one single nickel, minted in 1994 at the Denver Mint, has been sold in the collector's market for a jaw-dropping price. And in this video, we're going to explore exactly why. Let's begin with the background. The 1994 D Jefferson nickel is part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which started in 1938. The D Mint mark signifies that it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the key United States mint facilities. In general, the 1994 D nickel was mass-produced with hundreds of millions of examples struck. So how could such a common coin ever be worth nearly $90,000? The answer lies in a rare combination of factors: condition, strike quality, rarity of the error, and the mystique of high-grade certified coins. In particular, this coin reached that astronomical value because it was graded an unprecedentedly high mint state by a professional grading service and had a unique feature that separated it from the rest of the pack, according to expert graders. The specific 1994 D nickel that reached the high five-figure valuation was in virtually flawless condition, a condition referred to as MS-68 full steps by the professional coin grading service. Now, what does full steps mean? On the reverse side of the Jefferson nickel, the Monticello building is depicted, and the steps in front of Monticello are notoriously difficult to strike perfectly. Coins that clearly show all 5 or 6 full steps without interruption are extremely rare and highly prized. In addition to that, this specific 1994 D nickel featured superior luster, an exceptional strike, and no visible contact marks even under magnification, which means it was a near-perfect example straight from the mint. The combination of these qualities made it an absolute gem among nickels. The collector who acquired this coin recognized its unique rarity and paid a premium that reflects its museum-level status. So now you're probably wondering, how do you know if you have one? First, check your nickels, especially those from the 1990s. Look closely under the date on the obverse, or head side, for the D Mint mark. If you find a 1994 D nickel, examine the reverse under good lighting and a magnifier to see how well the steps of Monticello are struck. If you think the steps are full and unbroken, you might just have something valuable. Next, look for overall condition. Coins with fewer scratches, strong original luster, and no discoloration are more desirable. If you believe you have a potentially valuable coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. For a small fee, they'll grade your coin and certify its authenticity and condition. Remember, the value of a coin increases significantly once it is professionally certified. Let's talk about the current market. As of now, the top auction sale recorded for a 1994 D Jefferson nickel in near-perfect condition stands at $87,264. This sale has inspired collectors across the country to revisit their spare change, old coin jars, and inherited collections in search of their own hidden fortune. The collector market for modern coins in ultra-high condition has grown dramatically over the past decade, and prices continue to rise as demand increases. And here's a quick insider tip. Even if your 1994 D nickel doesn't have full steps or isn't in mint state condition, you might still have something worth keeping. Some error nickels from the 1990s have misalignments, clipped planchets, and die cracks that can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and visual appeal. Now, let's wrap it up with a key takeaway. What makes this 1994D nickel so valuable isn't just its age or mint mark, it's the perfect storm of high-grade condition, precision striking, and increasing collector demand. It's a shining example of how even the smallest, most ordinary-seeming coins in your pocket change could turn out to be worth a fortune. So go check your coin jars, your drawers, your wallets, and your grandparents' change collections. You never know what treasures are waiting to be discovered. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin stories, and share this video with your fellow collectors. Drop a comment below if you think you have a valuable 1994D nickel, or if you have a question about another coin you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the secrets and hidden fortunes in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising and extraordinary coins of the modern era, the 2000D Lincoln 1-cent coin. That's right, a penny minted in the year 2000 at the Denver Mint has stunned collectors and appraisers with a jaw-dropping value of $97,454 in today's coin market. How did a common-looking coin become a five-figure collectible? Let's explore the incredible story behind this rare Lincoln cent and reveal why it's now commanding such massive attention and value. Let's begin with the basics. The 2000D Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008. It features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. The Denver Mint, located in Colorado, produced over 8.8 billion Lincoln cents in the year 2000. That's right, more than 8.8 billion with a B. So how could one of these coins possibly be worth nearly $100,000? The answer lies in a rare and extraordinary minting error that makes this particular 2000D Lincoln cent truly one of a kind. One specimen discovered in recent years turned out to be a mule error, which means that it was struck using dies intended for two different coins. In this case, the obverse features the standard Lincoln portrait with the 2000D mint mark, while the reverse displays the design from a Roosevelt dime rather than a penny. This extremely unusual mismatch created what is now known as a Lincoln cent, Roosevelt dime mule. Only a very few of these types of errors have ever made it past the U.S. Mint's quality control and into circulation. Mule errors are among the rarest and most coveted types of minting mistakes. They occur when dies from two completely different denominations are accidentally paired during the coining process. Because they defy minting protocols and reveal fascinating insights into how coins are made, these errors drive tremendous interest and sky-high values among numismatists and elite collectors. In the case of the 2000D Lincoln Roosevelt Mule penny, the discovery created a stir across the numismatic world. The first known example of this coin was authenticated and certified by Numismatic Guarantee Company, one of the top third-party grading services in the United States. It was graded as Mint State 66, which is an extremely high grade for any coin, let alone a mint error of this magnitude. The sharpness of the strike, the incredible preservation, and the unique mule composition all contribute to its near-mythical status. So why is this coin valued at $97,454 today? First, there's rarity. Only a tiny handful of Lincoln dime mules have ever been discovered, and fewer still in this level of pristine condition. Second, there's the authentication and grading. Coins that are certified by trusted grading companies like NGC or PCGS tend to command significantly higher values because buyers have confidence in their authenticity. Third, there's collector demand. There's a high level of interest in mint errors, especially those that combine elements from different coins. Every time one of these ultra-rare specimens hits the auction block, bidding wars can erupt and prices can soar. In 2024, one of these coins sold in a major U.S. coin auction for a stunning $97,454. This sale set a new benchmark for the 2000D mule penny and reaffirmed its status as one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered. What's even more fascinating is that this coin was once found in circulation. That's right, someone unknowingly spent this coin, probably as part of everyday change, without realizing its astronomical value. It's a powerful reminder that treasure could be hiding in plain sight, even in your pocket, purse, or coin jar. Now, you might be wondering how to identify this coin if you think you've come across something similar. Start by checking the reverse of every 2000D penny you come across. If it has the design of a Roosevelt dime, specifically the torch, oak, and olive branch motif, instead of the Lincoln Memorial, you could be looking at a once-in-a-lifetime find. Also, pay close attention to the edge of the coin. Dime planchets are smaller and thinner than penny blanks, so a mule struck on a dime planchet will have unusual dimensions, a brighter appearance, and possibly a different weight than a standard penny. If you find a suspicious coin, don't try to clean it or alter it in any way. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a professional grading company for authentication. If you've truly uncovered a mule error like the 2000D Lincoln Roosevelt penny, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And remember, these coins often appear in unexpected places: estate sales, flea markets, inherited collections, or even change received from everyday transactions. As the popularity of coin collecting continues to grow and more people become aware of the value locked in rare and error coins, prices for unique specimens like this one are expected to climb even higher. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the story of the 2000D Lincoln penny reminds us that extraordinary discoveries can still happen, even with something as humble as a 1-cent coin. So keep your eyes open. Check your change and never underestimate the power of a penny. That 2000D Lincoln cent sitting in your hand might not just be worth 1 cent. It could be worth $97,454 or more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about rare and valuable US coins that could be hiding right under your nose, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and hit the like button to help us reach more collectors just like you. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking your change. Welcome back, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Today, we are diving into the fascinating story of a penny that turned heads and broke expectations: the 2003D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent coin. You heard that right. A 1-cent coin from 2003 that is now worth a jaw-dropping $47,826 in the collector's market. Grab your change jars, folks, because this is one story that might just make you a fortune overnight. Cut to high-definition image of the 2003D penny. Let's rewind to the year 2003. A time before smartphones took over our pockets, a time when most of us were still using cash for just about everything. The Denver Mint produced over 3.5 billion Lincoln cents that year. That's billion with a B. So how in the world could one of them be worth nearly $50,000? That's what we're uncovering today. Soft swoosh sound. Image of U.S. Mint building in Denver. The Denver Mint has a long history of minting quality coins, and the Lincoln cent is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny has seen numerous changes over the decades, from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and now to the Union Shield design. But in 2003, the reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been used since 1959. So, what makes the 2003D penny special? After all, it looks like any other penny at first glance. But numismatists and coin dealers around the country will tell you that certain varieties, mint errors, and even subtle die imperfections can make all the difference. And that's exactly what happened here. Close-up images of coin under magnification, pointing out minting details. One of the rarest known specimens of the 2003D Lincoln penny was struck with an astonishingly sharp die, nearly proof-like in quality, but somehow released into circulation as a business strike. The coin showed no wear, immaculate luster, and flawless edges. But the real kicker? It had a double die obverse, where the letters "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appeared with noticeable doubling under microscopic inspection. This doubling wasn't caused by post-mint damage or machine doubling. This was a true double die, and that makes all the difference in numismatics. Auction footage with dramatic audio raised this extraordinary penny shocked even the most seasoned collectors when it showed up at a major auction house and fetched an unbelievable price, $47,826. The coin was graded Mint State 69 red by a top-tier grading service, putting it just 1 point shy of a perfect score. Coins in that grade from that year are practically unheard of, especially with a rare variety like a double die. Insert expert interview-style narration voice. What's so incredible is not just the condition or the error, but the combination of rarity, demand, and provenance. The coin had impeccable records, was authenticated by professionals, and was showcased in several high-profile collector exhibitions before finally being sold to a private buyer who recognized its historic and monetary value. Animation of coin value bar graph rising as of today. The market value for that specific 2003 Lincoln cent stands at $47,826, and it's only going up. With so few known examples in top grades and error variety, demand has exploded among collectors and investors alike. This penny is now considered one of the most valuable Lincoln memorial cents of the modern era. Cut to tips on identifying similar coins. So, how can you tell if your 2003 penny might be worth a small fortune? First, check the condition. If it still has its original red copper luster and hasn't been circulated, you're on the right track. Next, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect for signs of doubling, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Look closely at Lincoln's I and the mint mark D as well. If anything looks out of the ordinary, even slightly, it's worth getting your coin checked out by a professional. Cut to grading agency logos and a professional coin dealer. Image coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC are your go-to resources. Submitting your coin for grading might cost a little, but if you happen to have a rare variety, it could change your life. And don't forget, condition is king. The difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth nearly 50 grand could be as simple as how it was stored or whether it was ever handled with bare hands. Flipping through rare coins, collectors smiling in the world of coin collecting, stories like these remind us why we always double-check our pocket change. The next $1 million find might be hiding in plain sight. So the next time you come across a 2003 Lincoln cent, don't toss it into the tip jar just yet. Take a second look. It might just be the treasure of a lifetime. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories about rare coins and how they're changing people's lives. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover your own hidden fortune. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your change close, and your dreams of treasure alive. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and everyday people who might just be holding a fortune and not even know it. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the mysterious and wildly valuable 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent coin that's astonishing collectors everywhere by fetching a jaw-dropping $94,576 in today's market. You heard that right, nearly $100,000 for a single penny. Let's unravel the secret behind this modern-day copper jackpot. Let's begin by setting the stage with a bit of coin history. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, and since then, it's become the most collected coin in U.S. history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent introduced the concept of putting a real person on American coinage. Over the decades, it's seen changes in composition, design, and even its minting locations. But none of that quite prepared us for what would emerge in the year 2006. Fast forward to 2006, a year that most collectors initially overlooked. The penny that year featured the familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse design that had been in place since 1959. It was struck primarily at the Denver and Philadelphia mints, and as usual, You could expect to see either a D or no mint mark at all, with the absence of a mint mark traditionally signifying the Philadelphia Mint. But something strange began happening in the numismatic world. Collectors began to notice a small batch of 2006 pennies with no mint mark that looked, well, different. Upon closer inspection, these coins exhibited unusual characteristics: perfect surfaces, highly detailed strike quality, and most notably, a consistent absence of any mint mark, but not in the usual Philadelphia style. This was something else entirely. These no mint mark coins began attracting attention because of one critical fact: they were not just ordinary Philadelphia issues. Something had gone wrong, or perhaps something had gone very right. As numismatists examined the coin further, it became apparent that this was no normal circulation strike. These 2006 no mint mark Lincoln cents were suspected to be a unique mule error or an accidental proof-like strike from an unintended die combination. What makes this particular specimen, the one that sold for $94,576, so special is its rare blend of die polish lines, high relief profile of Lincoln's bust, and pristine copper sheen, all preserved in virtually flawless condition. This coin was found to be graded as MS 69 red by a top-tier grading service, a near-perfect grade for a modern cent. Let that sink in. A 1-cent coin from less than 20 years ago, with no mint mark, now valued at nearly $100,000. So why is this coin worth so much money? The answer lies in 3 factors: rarity, condition, and mystery. Rarity, because very few of these error coins have ever surfaced, perhaps only 1 or 2 confirmed by professional graders. Condition, because this coin is almost immaculate, something that is astronomically rare for coins struck for circulation. And mystery, because the true origin of how this coin came to exist remains unclear. Was it a mint error? Was it a rogue-proof planchet? Or was it an experimental strike accidentally released into the wild? Nobody knows for sure. And that's exactly what keeps collectors' imaginations and wallets on fire. Now let's talk market value. According to recent verified auction records and private sales, this coin has fetched a current market value of $94,576. This isn't hype. This isn't an internet myth. This is a confirmed price tag for a coin that could still be hiding in a coin jar, a forgotten piggy bank, or a roll of pennies waiting to be sorted at your local bank. And if you're lucky enough to come across a 2006 Lincoln cent that looks unusually sharp, has no mint mark, and carries a satin-like finish, do not, I repeat, do not spend it. Get that coin checked by a certified grading service immediately. You just might be holding one of the most valuable modern US coins ever discovered. You're probably wondering, what should you be looking for? Here are a few tips. First, flip through your 2006 pennies and isolate those without a mint mark. Now check for condition. The sharper the strike, the better. Look for a full rim, sharp detail in Lincoln's hair and beard, and a gleaming red surface that looks uncirculated. If it looks proof-like but came from a roll of business strikes, it might be worth a closer look. Any unusual finish or overly sharp relief is a major red flag, or should I say green flag, for value. Now let's talk about what to do if you think you found one. Don't clean it. Don't try to fix it. Don't even breathe too hard on it. Place it in a coin flip or protective holder and take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. A $30 grading fee could turn into a $94,576 payday. And yes, there are real-world examples of people making that exact leap, from penny jar to auction house. As we wrap up today's episode, let this be a reminder that treasure doesn't always come in the form of gold doubloons or ancient relics. Sometimes it's a small copper coin from 2006 sitting in your drawer right now. So get out there and check those coins. Because this isn't just history, it's a financial opportunity waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories, and turn on notifications so you never miss a coin that could make you rich. Drop a comment below if you found any rare 2006 Lincoln cents, or tell us your biggest coin discovery so far. Who knows? Maybe your coin is next on our list. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, coin family!